You think you're getting gourmet meals included in your cruise fare, but what if I told you that you're being systematically scammed at every meal? My name is Mike, and I spent 3 years working in cruise ship kitchens and dining rooms. What I witnessed behind those swinging doors will shock you. From fake fresh ingredients to manipulated portion sizes, cruise lines have perfected the art of food deception. In the next 9 minutes, I'm exposing 8 dining scams that are costing you money and ruining your cruise experience. Stick around because scam number 6 involves something you probably ate for breakfast this morning without knowing the truth. Every cruise line advertises fresh daily seafood, but here's what they don't tell you. Most of that fresh fish has been frozen for weeks or even months. During my time as a prep cook, I watched crew members thaw massive blocks of frozen shrimp, lobster, and fish every morning. The catch of the day was actually frozen catch of whenever we bought it in bulk. Here's what cruise lines don't want you to know. True fresh seafood spoils within days and is impossible to store on a ship for 7 plus 14-day voyages. The scam, they use marketing terms like fresh prepared instead of fresh caught to mislead passengers. How to beat this scam? Ask your waiter specifically when the fish was caught. If they can't give you a straight answer, order something else. The chicken and beef are usually better quality because they don't pretend to be fresh. Pro tip: avoid seafood on the first day of cruising. It's been sitting the longest. This one will make your blood boil. That expensive steakhouse you're paying $45 per person to eat at. They're often using the same ingredients as the free main dining room. A former sous chef from a major cruise line told me we'd get the same case of steaks for both restaurants. The specialty restaurant just got better presentation and charged triple the price. The scam in action: you pay $45 for a premium steak dinner that uses identical ingredients to the free dining room, just with fancier plating and dimmer lighting. Real example: the imported Italian pasta at the specialty restaurant comes from the same industrial kitchen that supplies the buffet's pasta bar. Here's how to avoid getting ripped off. Ask to see the specialty restaurant menu before paying. If the dishes look too similar to main dining room options, skip it and save your money. Insider move: the only specialty restaurants worth paying for are ethnic cuisines like sushi or hibachi that require specialized chefs and ingredients. Cruise dining rooms train servers to manipulate portion sizes based on passenger profiling, and most people never notice. Here's how it works. Servers are instructed to give smaller portions to passengers who look like they won't complain, and larger portions to those who seem demanding or high maintenance. I witnessed this firsthand when a dining room manager told servers, give the quiet families smaller steaks. Save the big portions for the loud American, for will cause problems if they're not happy. The psychology behind it: cruise lines know most passengers won't send food back or complain, especially when they're trying to enjoy their vacation. How to fight back: always examine your plate before eating. If the portion looks small, politely ask for a larger serving. The kitchen has plenty of food, they're just testing to see what they can get away with. Pro tip: order your steak medium rare regardless of preference. Overcooked steaks are often smaller cuts that they're trying to hide. The buffet looks the same all day, but here's what cruise lines don't tell you. Food quality drops dramatically throughout the day, and they rarely replace it with fresh batches. The dirty secret: that pasta salad sitting under heat lamps at 2 p.m. was made at 6 a.m. The fresh fruit has been sitting out for hours, losing nutrients and developing bacteria. A former buffet manager revealed, we had strict orders to keep food out as long as possible to avoid waste. Quality was secondary to profit margins. Health risk: food sitting at unsafe temperatures for hours can cause stomach issues that'll ruin your entire cruise. Here's how to eat safely. Hit the buffet within 30 minutes of opening times. Avoid anything that looks like it's been sitting under heat lamps. Focus on items being actively replenished. Timing hack: best buffet quality is at 7 a.m. breakfast, 12 p.m. lunch, and 6 p.m. dinner. Avoid the afternoon slump from 2–5 p.m. Servers are trained in psychological tricks to make you spend more on drinks, and it starts the moment you sit down. The setup: your server brings bread and immediately asks about drinks before you've had time to think or check prices. The pressure tactic: they'll suggest premium drinks by name. Can I start you with our signature mojito? Instead of asking, what would you like to drink? A veteran cruise waiter admitted, we memorize scripts designed to sell the most expensive drinks. Our tips depended on our beverage sales numbers. The markup scam: that $14 cocktail cost them about $2 to make. You're paying 600% markup because you're in a captive environment. How to beat the drink scam: always ask for the drink menu and prices before ordering. Order house wine instead of cocktails, it's usually a better value. Ask for water first to give yourself time to think. Money-saving move: bring a refillable water bottle and fill it at beverage stations around the ship for free. That warm, delicious bread they bring to your table with such fanfare. It's not fresh baked on board like they want you to believe. The truth: most cruise ship bread comes pre-made and frozen from industrial suppliers. The baking happening in the galley is just reheating frozen dough. I watched bakers pull frozen bread loaves from massive freezers every morning. The only thing fresh was the reheating process. Why this matters: you're paying cruise prices for mass-produced frozen bread that costs pennies to make. The emotional manipulation: they bring warm bread to your table to create a feeling of luxury and home-cooked quality that doesn't actually exist. How to spot real fresh bread: ask your server if the bread was made from scratch on board. Real fresh bread will have irregular shapes and textures. Factory bread looks perfectly uniform. Better option: skip the bread and save calories and money for dessert, which is usually higher quality. Many specialty restaurants advertise $25 per person, but here's the scam: they don't mention additional charges until you're already seated. Hidden costs include -18% automatic gratuity, premium drink minimums, supplement charges for certain menu items, cake cutting fees if you bring birthday cake. Real example: Lisa thought she was paying $50 for 2 people at the steakhouse. Her final bill was $89 after gratuity, supplements and drink minimums. A former restaurant manager explained, we were told to get people seated first, then explain additional charges. Most people won't leave once they're already sitting down. How to avoid surprise charges: ask for a complete price breakdown before being seated. Get confirmation in writing that there are no additional fees beyond the advertised price. Smart move: read the fine print on specialty dining packages. Many exclude popular items that require supplements. Room service seems convenient, but cruise lines use it as their biggest profit center with outrageous markups on simple items. The shocking numbers: -$8 for a bowl of cereal, $12 for a sandwich, -$6 delivery fee plus 18% gratuity on top of inflated prices. The psychological trap: they deliver food in fancy presentation with silverware to justify premium pricing for basic items. A former room service coordinator revealed, our profit margins on room service were 800 to 1000%. Management loved it because passengers felt like they were getting luxury service. Here's what they don't tell you: most room service food comes from the same kitchen and ingredients as the free dining options. Money-saving alternative: use room service only for continental breakfast. For other meals, grab food from the buffet and eat on your balcony. On your final night, servers become extra pushy about expensive desserts and after-dinner drinks because they know you're leaving soon. The tactic: this is your last chance to try our famous chocolate soufflé, creating false urgency to make you spend money. The truth: these desserts are available every night, not just the last night. They're trying to squeeze final purchases from passengers who won't be back to complain. The emotional manipulation: they play on your vacation ending to make you feel like you're missing out if you don't order expensive items. Smart response: enjoy free desserts from the buffet or main dining room. Don't let emotional manipulation drain your wallet on the last night. Now that you know these scams, here's how to protect yourself before you cruise. Research dining options and prices online. Set a realistic food and drink budget. Read specialty restaurant reviews from recent passengers during your cruise. Always ask for itemized pricing before ordering. Don't be afraid to send back small portions or poor quality. Time your buffet visits for peak freshness. Bring cash for tipping to reward good service directly. Smart dining strategies. Mind dining rooms for dinner, usually the best value and quality. Try specialty restaurants for lunch when prices are lower. Skip overpriced room service except for free continental breakfast. Drink water between alcoholic beverages to pace yourself and save money. The bottom line, cruise dining can be amazing if you know how to avoid the traps. Don't let these scams ruin your vacation or empty your wallet. Remember, you have power as a paying passenger. Use it. Ask questions, demand quality, and don't accept subpar service just because you're on vacation. Which dining scam shocked you the most? Drop a comment with scam and let me know which one you've fallen for before.